Monster Hunter World was released in January 2018 on consoles, followed up with a PC release in August of the same year. Before the release of World, Monster Hunter franchise was extremely popular only in Japan, and in the West it had a niche following at best. To explain how niche it was, I want to tell you what I had to do to play Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on my Nintendo 3DS back in the day. After borrowing a console from my friend, who had Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, I gave the game a try and fell in love with it, and when Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate got released, I wanted to immediately get it. Now the fact that I was living in Moscow didn't help at all, but essentially I had to drive to another part of the city. By the way, Moscow is fucking huge. For those of you who live in an average European town, it's probably hard for you to understand just how big it actually is. And got the game for, I think at the time it was equivalent of 120 euros to play it on this tiny US screen. Now imagine the joy I experienced when I saw the announcement of Monster Hunter World at E3 2017. Monster Hunter on the big screen, but modern graphics that is coming on PC as well? I myself, and I bet many other Monster Hunter fans, were thrilled to hear this news. Anyway, the game got released and it sold incredibly well. They have achieved their goal of bringing Monster Hunter to the West and making it super popular. Now to me this is very important, because what it did, it introduced my friends to the game, who were not into Monster Hunter or haven't even heard about it before. This was a dream come true for me as a Monster Hunter player who started in Generation 3. I loved how the game introduced quality of life features like gathering on the go, not having to carry around pickaxes, bug nets and whetstones, etc. Just like in Gen 4, the game gives you a whopping 14 weapons to choose from, each with their own movesets and playstyles. There is a weapon for everyone in Monster Hunter. This is the strength of the franchise. As of recording of this video, they have been improving and building on the existing weapons and adding new ones in Monster Hunter for almost 2 decades, and it really shows. The monsters you hunt are also super well done, because of the same reason. Not every monster is great though, like Lunastra is fucking stupid, I hope I never see you again. And Kushela Daura, like the game does not obliterate my CPU already, cast those winds that kill FPS and turn my PC into a radiator in a typical Russian apartment. Now I actually find myself enjoying Iceborne expansion a lot more than a based game, even though I'm not a fan of a clutch claw mechanic that was introduced with it. Essentially it allows you to grab the monster's part and tenderize it, making you deal more damage to that part. You have to keep this debuff up in order to deal optimal damage. And I also feel like the amount of content you get for free in Iceborne is absolutely criminal. They rolled out so many free content updates with monsters, event quests, layer armors, etc. I think I'm gonna get arrested for this. But potentially the best goodbye to the Monster Hunter game ever. Fatalis fight. This fight will put your skills as a hunter to the ultimate test. And when the proof of a hero plays at the end of a fight? It's just so good. You get the best armor set in the game from Fatalis. I also love layered armor system. For some people like myself, this could actually make or break the game. With a little extra work, you could make your armor piece look like another one. I believe they introduced it in Monster Hunter Generations, but I haven't played it. The point is, you don't look like a goofball when you make an optimal set for your hunter. A wise man once said, you don't do damage if you ain't got no drip. Now some people have a problem with the grind in the end game. Some decorations are really hard to get, but when I remember my time with Monster Hunter World, I don't remember grinding a lot for my decorations personally. I don't know what it is, but I just don't remember being frustrated with the grind. All in all, this was the right direction to take Monster Hunter in. No more messing around with a dinky small console. This put Monster Hunter on the big map, and I feel like just for that it deserves a high score. The difficulty is just right and the replayability is great because of the amount of weapons you can choose from. When I feel like giving this game a score, I feel like I cannot give Monster Hunter World / Iceborne a less than 10 out of 10. Yeah, this game does not have much in the story department, I'd say at all, but when I rate the quality of the time I spent in this game, it's definitely 10 out of 10. If you are seeking a game with a great action combat and a challenge, you should totally try it. Well, this review is a bit late, but I still wanted to talk about it because my YouTube channel is very new and this game is very important to me. Just like Monster Hunter Rise. And I really want to talk about it as well. If you want more comprehensive Monster Hunter reviews, like weapons, monsters, etc., go to Super Rad's channel. He puts good work in his videos. Thanks for watching, look forward to my Monster Hunter Rise video, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, and see you next time.